Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Killer Jin. This is the MV Nova Lighting Basics. Basically, just for MV, the Nova Lighting plugin, fantastic. It's actually meant to immediately replace Terex. That's what it was designed for. Like me, I designed my game for over 4 years with Terex. Terex was great, but after a while, I needed a lighter plugin, a more versatile plugin, a more advanced plugin. So therefore, the MV Nova Lighting plugin was created. So right now, I just created a project. Very simple. Outside map, inside map. Template, that's actually for maybe the second recording, for when I do more advanced stuff. But for now, you can just deal with the two maps here. Here we go. So the very first thing you have to know about MV Nova Lighting is that you have to replace your Pixi. This is actually a typo. I'm going to fix it when I upload the latest version. You only need 4.7.1, and it's included with the MV Nova Lighting plugin. So just replace. So go to your game folder, go to JS, go to libraries, and replace your Pixi with the version that comes with MV Nova Lighting plugin, which is 4.7.1. And that's it. Other than that, just put MV Nova Lighting plugin at the bottom of your plugin list, and it's fantastic, ready to go. Like right now, we're gonna check it out. I just created this real quick, that way you don't have to watch me actually create the maps. That's just obviously tedious. But for right now, we'll play it. Boom, and the MV Nova Lighting plugin works. So let's look at the options. Initially, I had it so that it actually dimmed. The ambient light was actually like dark like blue. A lot of people initially thought, oh my god, it is so dark, I can't deal with this. Well, obviously you can change the ambient light to anything. You can change it to daytime, which it is now. By default, it's daylight by default now, because people thought they couldn't change it, so that's why it's default. Obviously, you read the help me file, you can change it, but for now that's fine. We have the duration 60, the radius of your light is 300, your flashlight is 12 and 16. I might change this to 18. Terex Light, again, originally this was designed to replace Terex, so if you want to look like Terex, obviously, bam, put it on. But Terex is a much more basic lighting. It doesn't do multiplicative lighting, so it's much more basic. If you want to look exactly like Terex, just absolutely put this on. But if you want to deal with the cool lighting of Nova, which is much more advanced, leave it on for now. The lights are really nice. You're going to have to be a little bit more careful when it comes to the light selection, when it comes to colors. And you also have to deal with the intensity of lights, which is covered by the write-up. But it'll come up much nicer looking. But if you don't want to deal with that, by all means, put it on Terex Lighting. Bitmap Resolution, I recommend 64. This is like the overhead for everyone's computers. The higher the bitmap resolution, the harder the GPU has to strain. And a lot of people don't have, maybe the most powerful computers. You want to keep, maybe the low-end computers in mind and keep it at 64. But if not, you can put it at 128. 32 looks a little bit too pixelated. So 64, I think, is beautiful. So, but you can play around with that, obviously. So, bam. That's about it. So, besides that, you have to get familiar. There's a little bit to know, and get caught up with when it comes to light. And I guess it can be complicated. I try to give you a lot of examples. I give you a lot of helpful hints. I give you links to, like, YouTube videos with Jan Fly, and I have all that fun stuff. You can obviously read through it, but I'll go through the basics. For now, you want to create a light. All I say is create a new light, new event, put torch in, boom. You want to probably go to, what is it, other, probably other, yeah, no, yeah, here, not walking, step direction fix, and according to the write-up, which I do include with the download, it's a little easier than always going to, the plugin just to read the help me. It's here. It says you just need something simple like this. Copy this, put it in the note tag here, bada bing, bada boom, beautiful. The light should absolutely work. Gorgeous. See? Nice yellow light. The light, again, the light could be a little by default. Okay, so this is the light. Okay, I'm gonna just do something real quick. You want to copy here, and your light is looking good. And there's another light right here. Boom, boom. With Nova, you definitely want to. Now, I don't know, the step up from this. I mean, most people will only use lights like this. It's very simple. And if you want to use a very basic lighting mechanic system where you don't manipulate lights, this is wonderful. However, with the Nova lighting plugin, like I said, you have to be a little bit more careful when it comes to the intensity of lights. So for now, like you have to deal with IDs and light intensity. I don't want to give this an ID, so I'm going to give it -1. -1 means no ID. And 0.9 means intensity of 0.9. So when that happens, I'm going to copy, oops, delete, and then paste. Yep. And then, you know what? Why not? Inside. Boom. Boom. Now I have a light outside. It's looking good. Inside. Wonderful. Alright, now the next thing. Maybe you don't want your player to have a light on. Like, you know what? Initially, I don't want light on. So in the write-up, I kind of go in a lot of detail, and I say, you know what? For your every map, if you're gonna go a little more sophisticated, you're gonna want to create an auto run. No parallels, for the love of everything that's holy in life. Please do not use parallels unless you absolutely need to. When it comes to very sophisticated lighting systems, when it comes to day-night mechanics and time of day and inside-outside, caves versus when there's windows in a room, can you adjust the light? Absolutely, and please do so with an auto run. This parallels are not needed. So let me see here. What do I do? Oh, so for now, I want to make it. I'm gonna go to the tint section, and I'm gonna make it a little darker, just to show you how this is done. Oh yeah, it's a plugin command, so I'm gonna have to go to plugin. Boom. It's kind of a little darker. Obviously, with the auto runs, you're gonna want to do the where's the erase event? Bada boom, bada bing, boom. You know what? An auto run should always be the first. Right now, it's the fourth. This is the first. So what I can do is I can go boom, boom, then delete that one, then copy that one, then delete that one. And now it's the first. Wonderful. So there you go. You know what? Let's do an auto run. And also for the inside. What's this? First. Let's do something darker. Let's do something darker. Let me see. I want it dark, but not so dark. So I don't know, make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know, let's try that. Again, I'll do what I did last time. Delete that. Delete. It'll take the first spot. Delete, and then I need a new light, which is here. And that's fine. Alright, let's see how this looks. Nice, nice. Nice. It's even darker. So, again, if you want Terex lighting, you can just go to this. You can go to, you know what, Terex, blah, blah, blah. Oops. Terex. Boom. 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 Okay. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, so this is Terex. Most people probably created their game like this. It's fine. Looks fine. beautiful. See, you're gonna have a more simple light that doesn't multiply when it comes to closer light. It's very simple light. Most people will probably use this in their games, and that's fine. And then purposely making it darker is wonderful. So that's probably the basics. I don't want to go too crazy, I guess, with the basics, because this is what most people will do. They will mostly create little events. Again, don't give it an ID, because if you give an ID, all IDs are controlled by the same ID number, and you can turn all lights on and off. So if you had like a string of lights that's controlled by a light switch, and it turns all the lights on in your house, could they all turn on if you turn on light number 2? Sure. Okay, maybe one more basic thing. Let me see. Maybe I can make this into like a fireplace or fire. And let's say you did want to make it so that it's interactable. So you want to do light off. So if you interact with it, it's light off. So you want to copy paste, and if you interacted with it again, you want light on. Okay, but obviously light off, it's gonna turn off. Well, let me see, fire, make that light on. But if you do this, no, you know what, flame off, flame on. Hopefully I did it right. I'll do it really fast. Should be good. Oh. Of course. Last thing I'll show you, and of course, oh, goodness. Yeah. Then you want to, of course, do the self switch. Which means it'll be this by default, so I would have to give it an ID. I usually start with 1's fine. Let's see how this works. So it's off. You know what? I want to turn off also in the beginning. I want to turn off the player's light. That's just annoying that the light is on. It's a little hard to see. And most people probably won't start with the game with the light on. So, to show you how you control your light when it comes to the player, you're probably gonna want to definitely read this. Player radius right here. So you want to copy that. I'm gonna go to plugin, bam, bada boom. Make it 0. Boom. Blap. So my light's off this time, so that way I won't have to see my light on. I don't want to see my light on. It's just annoying. Then I just go here, click on it, the lights. Close. This will happen a lot. Close. With no cigar. Very, very close. I actually want to put this to on and then put this to off. Now that should work fine. Lovely. So this is basic lighting. So I have my lights. Go in. You know, lights. Can I put lights on the wall? Lights over here? Absolutely. Copy and paste. Right here, on, off, whatever. See, and the reason why, though, is because this light actually have an ID. This ID is 1, which is very important. The intensity is lowered because Nova is more sophisticated, and that actually matters. -1 means no ID. So, again, very last lesson would be you would definitely want to understand this. And I said there's 2 flavors of lights. Lights with no IDs, which is -1, are by default on. So right here, no ID, so by default on. And then there's lights with IDs by default off. So if you give an ID, this one's 2, this one's 5. If you don't do the intensity, it's 100%. If you do the intensity with 0.8, then obviously it's 80%. So I mean, sometimes you want lights on by default, sometimes you want lights off by default. Always have an auto run. I recommend creating a common event here that would actually run sophisticated light on, light off script with telling light 2 to be on or off. But I think for now, this is good for the basics. If you want me to cover, I most likely will record a few more. Definitely the next one will show you a more sophisticated approach to having this auto run control things, and obviously using the template, because even in the write-up, I highly recommend wait, let me see here, looking at Yan Fly event, copy event, and spawn event. These two are absolutely super powerful, amazing scripts that allow for sophisticated light mechanics, and this MV Nova lighting plugin is actually compatible with that. And I've done some crazy things in my own game with these lighting mechanics, and I absolutely love it. That's why I actually bothered to co-develop this lighting plugin, because I absolutely needed it to be like Terex, be more powerful and more flexible and more compatible. So that's why this even exists. So I guess I'll stop here for number 1. I'll continue next time, and definitely leave comments. Let me know what you want to know, want to learn when it comes to this kind of stuff. If you see something really cool and you're like, oh man, I want to know how to make it so that the lights are on or off during the day or night, automatically. I want to know how to create a day-night cycle. I want to know how to make these lights work with spawn and copy event. That's the kind of questions I want to hear, I want to see, and I'll answer them, and I'll show you all the secrets. But for now, the basics are covered. Thank you so much. Until next time, holla at your boy.